Never smelled anything like that before.
Excuse me?
I'd never imagined that a simple meatloaf could change my life forever. I'll never forget the day he had the nerve to waltz right into my little kitchen restaurant. I was not impressed. I had no idea who he was, but quickly learned from my staff that he is Prince Jack of Edgemont. My initial feelings were no match for his allure. I couldn't deny his handsomeness. He was the epitome of charm. With his dashing good looks and effortless grace, he could captivate a room in an instant. After having our meatloaf, he wanted me to cater his family's major Christmas Eve banquet in just 10 days. I thought he was mad. I was hesitant. My name is Jessica, and this is my love story. The thought of taking on such a prestigious event was both exciting and terrifying. But there was something about him, a certain charm, a certain spark. And when he leaned down and kissed my hand, it sent a shiver down my spine. I froze as his touch lingered for a moment. And after he showed up unannounced at my family home, initially I was taken aback. But when I saw his genuine enthusiasm, I agreed to cater his event. Although our initial encounter was filled with awkwardness and uncertainty, after all he was a prince, and I was just a struggling restaurant owner. But when I stopped by his hotel and saw shirtless Prince Jack, I was mesmerized, utterly captivated by his breathtaking sight. And as we worked together to plan the menu, I discovered a surprising connection. He was more than just a handsome face. He was down-to-earth, kind, funny, and surprisingly humble for a man of his stature. Our mutual attraction was undeniable, and he always made me feel like the most important woman in the world. Our whirlwind romance was a fairy tale come to life. He'd surprise me with grand gestures like securing a bigger kitchen or taking me to a stunning museum, the banquet venue. But it wasn't just the grand gestures that captured my heart. It was the quiet moments, the shared laughter, and the unspoken understanding that made my feelings grow for him. However, fame brought its challenges. The media dubbed me the Princess of Brooklyn, and our every move was scrutinized. Despite the scrutiny, my feelings for him remained strong, fueled by stolen glances and unexpected surprises. From the moment we whisked away to a quaint Christmas town, I knew I was falling hard. The way he looked at me, the way he made me laugh, the way he made me feel, it was intoxicating. We spent countless hours together exploring the town as my feelings for him grew deeper. I found myself drawn to him. Everything about him, his warmth, his genuine interest in my life, and his unwavering support. And that kiss on the cheek made me feel like a giddy schoolgirl. It was the perfect ending to a perfect day. But, as quickly as our love blossomed, the stark contrast between our worlds threatened to tear us apart. He invited me to dinner with his family. As we were enjoying dinner with his family, Lady Eliza, a woman his mother had been trying to set him up with, showed up. His mother was rude and condescending, and I couldn't help but feel out of place. When she insulted my background and my dreams, I snapped. The pain of losing him was unbearable, but I knew it was the right thing to do. I couldn't sacrifice my happiness for a love that was destined to fail. I left the dinner heartbroken. For a fleeting moment I thought there might be something more between us. A deeper connection, a brief illusion of a connection that could have been. A flicker of hope ignited. I briefly entertained the idea of a future together. I allowed myself to dream. But reality quickly set in, and quickly reminded me that I never belonged in his world. I was left heartbroken. I spent the night alone, wrestling with my emotions. I knew that I loved him, but I was afraid of losing my independence and my sense of self. The next morning, as I arrived at the restaurant, I was surprised to find him there, helping my staff prepare for the banquet. He was determined to make things right. As the Christmas Eve banquet unfolded, I watched with a mixture of pride and disbelief. He was a striking image, blending the elegance of royalty with military discipline. Oh, how I love a man in uniform. The atmosphere was magical, and his speech was heartwarming. When he publicly declared his feelings for me, I was overwhelmed with emotion. I had lost a piece of myself, a part of me that only he could bring back. But then he spoke, his words a balm to my wounded soul. And as I stood on that stage, my heart was heavy. He asked for forgiveness, and in that moment I knew I could never truly be angry with him. I confessed my love for him, the chef way. And so as we shared that stolen kiss, I felt a sense of peace wash over me. We were two people, from two different worlds, bound by love, and as long as we had each other, we could face anything. My heart fluttered as his lips touched mine, as we shared another passionate kiss under the watchful eyes of his family and the cheering crowd. I knew that my life had changed forever. I had found true love, my Prince Charming, and I was ready to embark on this new chapter with him by my side. And I knew that our love story was far from over.